Hello there friends, it's Aidan here from Push Square, and today I'm going to break down some Armoured Core 6 tips for you to help you get the edge on your mech competition. From combat advice to ways to get the most out of customization, here are 8 Armoured Core 6 tips for beginners. Earning money, named Comb in-game, is incredibly important to Armoured Core 6. It will allow you to buy new weapons and armour for your mech, and we all love new weapons and armour. You'll receive a standard payout after completing a mission as part of the story, but you can earn the same amount over and over and over again if you choose the replay missions option in the sortie menu. This means that you can run as many missions as you like to boost your bank balance considerably. Not to mention, it gives you more of an excuse to hone your skills along with getting that coveted S ranking on each mission. It's a win-win scenario. When you think of a mech, your mind probably jumps to rockets and missiles. It's true that some of the guns you can place on your arms and back for your mech are boasting huge damage numbers, but so too do the melee weapons. Equipable in your L-armed units, these weapons are incredibly powerful at close range, and also rapidly fill the stagger bar above the boss's health. More often than not, you'll want one of these as part of your build for when you get up close and personal. They'll deal more damage in a short space of time than anything else on the parts roster. Plus, come on, look how satisfying this is. Sometimes you'll be given the option to resupply just before a boss fight by using a supply station. Doing so refills your AP and restores your repair kit supply to 3. However, sometimes the supply station just isn't around, but don't worry, it's not the end of the world. If you start the boss fight but then immediately restart the game from your last checkpoint, this will have the same effect as using a supply station. Your health and repair kits will be restored to maximum, and from here you have a much better chance of taking on those bosses. Just a quick one up next, but if you want to change from the campaign, you can compete in the arena for some extra comb and OST chips. These are the 1v1 battles against mechs you've fought in missions before that are back for a bit of revenge. And again, it lets you find the flow with your constantly evolving build. You'll find the arena option on the main menu in the garage. Staggering an enemy mech is one of the best ways to start dealing significant damage to them, but keep in mind that they can do the exact same thing to you. This is denoted in the user interface as the ACS load limit, which is in the bar on the bottom of the screen that will fill up as you take damage. It starts off white, then turns to yellow and orange before flashing red when you're about to be staggered. If it fills completely, your mech will be stuck in place for a few seconds, giving the enemy a great chance to finish you off. You should always be keeping this in mind when you're in fights because you don't want to get caught out when going in for the kill. You might disregard the training tab in the sortie menu once you've already went through the tutorial in illegal entry, but its missions are actually pretty worthwhile as they reward parts for your mech. Each of them is over in inside 2 minutes, and there's a trophy for finishing them off as well, so it's not going to take up too much of your time and it's totally worth it. The permanent upgrades you can make on your mech are quite limited, so the best way to improve your build is through equipping new weapons and armour. Not every gun will work for every situation though, so you need to be open to experimenting. If you feel like you've hit a brick wall with a boss fight and you don't feel that your own skill can get any better, you've probably got the wrong weapons equipped. Buy some new ones and see if they work any better. After switching weapons, we were able to take down bosses after just one try, after a full afternoon of failure. This is really the way to better some of those tougher mechs. And that leads into our final point. Selling weapons and armour you're not using anymore can be a great source of comb, especially since you can sell your parts for the exact same price that you bought them for. Someone in accountancy should really have a look at those numbers. However, while it can certainly be tempting to trade in all of your unused parts to boost your weapon and armour building fund, I'd recommend actually keeping some of those parts back. As we mentioned, specific weapon types can make a colossal difference in those tougher boss battles. So while they may not be your favourite weapon, deviating to a more efficient build can be the way to go, especially if you're struggling, and since you can only hold one type of each weapon at a time, you should consider whether you want to sell those as they may still have some use in them. And that is it for our beginners tips for Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Let me know down in the comments if you have any other make-based tips, and if you're wondering what we thought of FromSoft's latest, you can find our full review on the Push Square channel. Anyway, thank you as always for watching, and until next time, I've been Aiden, and this has been Push Square.